What is up, Sippin News? Look at this background. You know what? I decided to do a solo episode because I have so much to reflect on. The month of June has been crazy interesting, crazy productive. Yeah, and since this is what's that called? Since I'm recapping June, it's obviously not June and it's July. You know what? This will be like my version of therapy. I am in no way, shape, or form. It's tea. I am in no way, shape, or form certified to give you any advice. But, fuck it, you know? I feel like I can be relatable sometimes, and yeah, it's just it's been a wild summer so far. It hasn't been lit, but it's the most, you know, it can be life altering, maybe, because Libby is gone and I miss her. And you know what? I know it is July. We're currently at a heat wave, and you're like, Sir Key, why the fuck are you wearing something like a sweater? Let me just say one thing. Be thankful. You know, some people get to experience the heat, but you know, we have to be thankful that we have a choice to experience what we want. That's what America's about, baby. You know, I find it interesting that I'm dressing up cold because my house is cold. You know, you have to be thankful to choose you are able to choose the situation that you want to be in. If you want to be cold, fucking do it. You can't be cold in Africa. But people who are watching this right now, you can be thankful that you have internet to watch me therapize you. That sounds dirty. And I don't mean to verbally do anything to you in any way, shape, or form. I can choose to be cold, you know? And I'm thankful that I can choose the temperature that I want to live in. I can choose to not have glasses. But I can choose if I want glasses or not. That's how lucky I am. And that's how lucky a lot of you people are. I can choose to have a microphone in my mouth. Not a lot of people have things in their mouth except people with cavities and prostitutes. Be thankful that you can choose the situation that you can live in. Oh, oops. I can choose to not have a hat, you know? Not everyone has hats. Dude, like, I can choose. I'm thankful that I have hair. And I'm thankful that I can choose to do it however I want. Do I want a comb over? Do I want it bald? Do I want it in the middle part like those fucking Koreans? Do I want an afro and be hated for because I'm a culture vulture? No, I can choose to be in the situation that I want to be. And that's what people need to realize. People complain about not having it their way. But the choice is yours. This podcast is not that big right now, but I believe it will be big one day. I choose to believe that this podcast, me and Kyle, will skyrocket. Sorry, I went on that little tangent there. I've been having a rough start of July so far. But I choose to not let it faze me. I can, you know, like, being thankful that I can choose a lot is like crazy. You know, like when I was in class, my teacher said that working out is an amenity. Isn't that crazy? Like, people don't work out in like Africa or China. You know why? It's because they already do it. America and Europe is like a fat country. You know, fat equals wealth, right? We don't even need to fucking work for our food like African and like tribal and like Chinese. Like, People be walking 9 hours a day just to get a deer or something, or a cactus, or a cacti. And like, we should be thankful for what we have, you know? Like literally, like I said, I'm choosing to be cold right now because the AC is down. And I'm not talking about down like the machine's down. I'm talking about the temperature. We can choose the temperature that we live in because that is how that's how, like, you know, that's how people who are good off live life. They can choose the situation they want to be in. You know, I am thankful for a lot of it, you know. And like being thankful, I don't know how to like show love sometimes. Sometimes I think I have like problems with affection. Like, you know, Asian parents, I'm pretty sure that topic has been like talked about before. We don't do that. Well, personally, me, I don't do that lovey-dovey stuff. Like it's crazy how diverse, like, you know, what's your love language? Like, I think it's more complicated than that, you know? Sippin News. Personally, I think it's more complicated than that. Because like with me, I think that with my family, I'm really stone cold. And I think my love language is like occasionally buying food for them, you know, make sure, you know, they're safe. Like I call my siblings to make sure where they are. I call my mom and dad to make sure they're coming home safe. And for me, that's a lot. I think the love between other people is different though, you know? So yeah, usually like I think I'm like, I have lack of affection, but you know, the love. Damn, bro. I'm choosing to do this because I love you guys, you know? 7 minutes. Okay, I'm going to take a break. Sorry for that. I got rudely interrupted. So back to what I was saying. I get to choose, you know, like, not necessarily, like, my love language with my parents is really weird. There's a lot of lack of affection, you know? Like, it's so weird, dude. I don't even hug my siblings. Like, everyone's love language is different, and it's different with different people. Like, I know one of my friends, you know, like, his love language with the boys, he was, you know, like, he was chasing us naked, dude. We had a JanSport, and then, like, he just tried to fucking hump us. So, you can go from you can go from giving your brother French fries to humping one of your friends naked, and that's just how diverse love can be, dude. Like, with some of my friends, I share memes. I drink, you know, I share some drinks with them. That's some type of love. And, you know, like, it just shows how, it shows how diverse people can be, you know? I myself think I'm a diverse person when it comes to different people, you know? Like, yeah, maybe I don't hump, you know, like, maybe you wouldn't hump your parents naked. Maybe you wouldn't, you know, give your friends food. But you can reverse that, and that's how diverse love can be, you know? Like, loving someone is so, like, it changes. Like, in the previous podcast, I don't know what my love language is, because I know it's always changing, you know? Sometimes even love language is like, you know how there's words of affirmation? Sometimes love language is words of fucking roasting you and beating you down. You feel me? I know some people who fucking roast their girlfriends till they cry and it makes them smile. And that's love. It's not love to me, but it's love to some people. You feel me? And that's the tea. Love is it's a powerful thing. You know, sometimes I lack self-love, you know? I've been beating myself up a lot. I'm pretty sure people beat themselves up too. And I'm not saying I'm special. maybe someone suffering can only be like, what if someone suffering is not relatable to anyone else? Because like my friend Sean said this, even if you have the same experiences as one person, the chances of experiencing it and reflecting it in the same way is very slim. Like, let's say you do get humped by that naked friend. Some people will think you get molested, and some people will think it's a good memory with the boys. For me, I think it's a good memory with the boys because we like that, and that's our love language, just dry humping naked with a JanSport on our back. And then, sorry, I'm getting a little passionate here. Like, love is like, it takes many shapes and forms. June was a good month. And then I think I'm lacking a little self-love because I'm down from that, wholesome high. Some people get high off cocaine and weed. I get high off of wholesome moments. 4th of July was something, but it wasn't, it wasn't squad reuniting wholesome. I saw my GCU friends for the first time in a while, and I guess that's some development for me. Dude, it was crazy. Like, imagine seeing like a old friend. I know that's the. Imagine like seeing some cheese, right? And you don't see him for like 3 years. And then the cheese tastes even better when you put it in your mouth after 3 years. I'm not calling my friends dried cow semen or anything. They're not cheese, but that's just how it is, dude. Like, I can't believe I saw them. That shit's crazy. Seeing an old friend is like, I don't know. It's a good feeling. You will sleep in bed knowing that life is good. And, sometimes that you need to like, you beat yourself up for like, wow, I really didn't appreciate the moment. That's something I need to like work on as well. I never appreciate good moments. I think that's the problem with society today. So I think that, when I'm with my friends, I would say like 60% is like, back then was cool. Back then was lit. The future's going to be lit for us. It's nice to see you again. We got to hang out more. It's always the past and the future. But how come it's never in the now? I think that's one of my weaknesses as a person, lacking affection and not living in the now. I'm always stressed. Like, I actually wanted to do a solo podcast to like, freaking, tell my emotions and stuff. Because I feel like, there is not a lot of things that I can say that will match the thing that's in my head. So I was like, instead of venting to a person, I'll vent here. Cause like it's I don't know how a person would take what I'm feeling. It's almost like it's like I have FOMO of peace, I know I have a like is my personality a bit? Half of the time. I'll say that. It's a bit half of the time. But like sometimes life is like life matters, like just people who live life matter, despite the problem, despite the disagreement. Even if they're, pretty strange. I had a classmate in high school in physics class. His name was Dante. I'm not going to say his last name because, that is actually his first name. But, Life is life no matter how weird you are. My boy said one time he was like drunk with his homies. And then like they were playing Truth or Dare, right? And then it was him and 5 other dudes making a Truth or Dare, and like, I dare you to put your lips on his cock. We were making fucking paper rockets, and he was just talking about his boy blowing another dude. I know that's normal in 2023. But we were making paper rockets. We're trying to make rockets blow up in the air, not blow a dude. The fuck? And you know what the funny thing is? He was saying that story like it was a lit weekend, you know? Like for me, a lit weekend tone should be a lit weekend story. Like, yeah, like let's say I'm talking to Libby, right? Like, yeah, babe, I saw Hezron compete. I saw my old boy Arv and Boba. I met Arv's girl. Hezron ate pad thai tacos. I met Jason. I met Miles. I met Fiona. Lit weekend, dude. That's the most lit I've seen Aaron and Christine in a fat minute. That was a lit exit too. My voice fucking got blasted because me and my homies were cheering for Hez. That's the type of lit weekend story. But my boy Dante was like, yeah, dude, my friend blowed another guy one stroke. What the fuck? We're trying to blow rockets in the air. And you know how he ended it? He was like, you know how he started it? He was like, bro, I had a crazy weekend. And I was like, what the fuck? You don't say shit like that normally. Dude, I'm sorry for my tangents. Like, June's been good. I told you there's lots of ways to love someone. They're even like, there's a lot of ways in anything. I was out today doing push day in the gym with my boy Carl, right? We had a weird interaction with this guy named Ryan. You feel me? I said like it basically went on the fucking it wasn't scripted. It was weird though. Yeah, Carl was doing like incline bench, right? And I was like, I was talking about like feminine voices, and then that guy Ryan, he was like, dude, if he has a feminine voice, he's gay. That's low-key ignorant, but okay, buddy. Sure, buddy. And then Carl was like triggered, dude. He was like, the fuck? At first, I thought he was like, supporting the gays. I was like, he was like, not every guy with a feminine voice is gay. But then, at first, like it sounded like he was supporting the gays. And then, like, I think I mentioned something about a moon earring, and he was like, never mind, they're definitely gay. And I was like, for that guy, it was like one or the other. You're either gay or you're not gay. There's a lot of gays out there, dude. Gay number 1, the rainbow gay. They love rainbows, they love the parades. 2, the secret gay. Like, imagine, I was doing like my boys were doing that that Jansport naked humping, you know. That game's called Control Your Boys. And then that guy secretly likes it, dude. I bet you if my boy humped him, he wouldn't shower for like a month. That's a secret gay. Number 3, the uneducated gay. I remember like in, you know what, it might not be an uneducated gay. It might just be uneducated. Because like I was in sex ed, right? In the 6th grade. I didn't mention this in the podcast with Kyle because we were talking about it. There were just a lot of topics. That man wasn't just straight up uneducated. He was like, he raised his hand, right? He was like, does the penis hole get bigger when you have gay sex? I was like, what? What are you talking about, my boy? I was in 6th grade playing Kino der Ton, and I still knew that wasn't a thing. My pee hole has been the same ever since. Actually, it might have grown, you know. Like, the pee hole isn't meant to be like, you know, a big, you know, fixture. Yeah. That's just straight up uneducated, you know, like. So we have I believe I said the rainbow, the secret, uneducated, and the non-political gays. Those are the people who just, they're chill, dude. I have nothing against anyone because the beef is over. You just gotta like spread, you know, vibes. Because I said with Libby, like, if you're friends with a lot of people, then eventually favors will, you know, add up. And like, you know, you'll have a homie to rely on no matter what you do. The non-political gays, I call them NPGs, you know. They're like I feel like they'd be like a gay person in Kansas. Does anything happen in Kansas? You let me know, guys. Sorry about my weird tangent, you know. I'm on a spectrum of weirdo as well, you know. Some people like normal. Okay, here is like, I think there's a normalcy spectrum, dude. Like, there's normal, and then you're so normal that you're an NPC, and then you're just weird. I feel like I'm in the, if normal was 50%, I feel like I'm in like 35, you know? Damn, I wouldn't want to be like normal NPC. Like, you got a grade 100. Okay, you're an NPC, you know? But yeah. I don't know. I don't even know where this is going. But this is just my intrusive thoughts. Dude, I remember one time in sex ed that my friend Darian, he gave me a sour head for the first time. Do you guys like sour candy? Ooh, taste buds are like diverse too, you know. I think umami is like the newest one. Umami is like mushrooms, beef, chicken. I don't know about this one, but I've heard cum. It's either umami or sweet. I said mushrooms already. Oysters. I think umami is just the weirdest thing to, like, you know. Umami. It's not a pleasant thing by itself, but paired with the right meats and like ingredients, umami is something I can, you know, handle. I'm not a fan of mushrooms for some reason. I don't know. Mushrooms just, if I have a portobello burger, I'm removing the portobello. You feel me? I just don't find mushrooms that attractive either. Like apples are attractive as a fruit. Peaches are too, dude. But like mushrooms, they get infected. Have you seen The Last of Us? They're like crazy mushrooms. Yeah. Just the way mushrooms grow is like so parasitic. And I think that's why I don't like mushrooms. I think The Last of Us got to me. So that's umami. Hot. Hot is spicy, you know? Like, hot is like, it'll make you like, it's like pleasurable pain. It's like fucking Drake when he puts the hot sauce in that condom, you know? If they put that condom in a surrogate baby, do you think they would be hot babies? You tell me. That was a pun. That was a bit. Yeah, hot is like peppers, sriracha. And dude, you know sriracha is like $30 now? Why is sriracha so expensive? I don't know. You tell me that, dude. That's crazy. So we got umami, we got hot and spicy. Sweet, you know? Sweets like your creams, mango lassi, you feel me? Shout out India. We got, I said creams already. We got candies, you know? Have you ever tried those grandma candies? Like that wrapped strawberry thing? Those candies are scary. It looks like it's, like even if it's fresh out of the bag, it looks like it's like, 20 years old. That's just a vintage ass looking candy. Bitter, it's like those Flintstone candies, those Flintstone vitamins. They said they were candies, but motherfucker, that bitch bitter, It can also be like an exit, if you dump them badly, they will turn out bitter. Lastly, sour. Sour foods can be like savory, Sour foods come in a Earl Grey. Sour foods come in the form of like citrus, lime, sour heads. They be those foods that give you the look that you have like myasthenia gravis, dude. Like someone from Charleston is calling me. The fuck? Yeah, but that myasthenia gravis, like that's what sour food gives you. How the fuck did I get here? I'm such a random person. My intrusive thoughts get the best of me sometimes. What else happened in June? Oh yeah. I went to this last June was also the what's that called? It's also the first time that Libby had a full week with me. Not full, but 6 days, round up. It was good. Oh yeah, hence, her trilogy. Dude, Libby is something, man. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, in my opinion, I think there's like a higher form of love. Like, when like you do coupley stuff and then bam, it's like you're doing coupley stuff like you have a house. Like, for example, like you fucking, you shop for ingredients. You go to the fucking Nugget, you go to Safeway, and you go to the self-checkout aisle with your significant other. I think a higher form of love is like when you are able to call your significant other your best friend. And then I think that's what happened, you know? I honestly don't want someone else, you know? Like that shit's crazy. We went driving, right? And then we looked at these Folsom houses. And they were so big. It's like, do you even need that room? But I still want it, you know? And in the back you can see like a little pedophile shack. And it's crazy how like so much property and like amenities it has, you know? I just want to be at a point in life where like that's not a problem. And like having like property like that. And I believe like it's better to have a goal than rather a dream, you know? Like I think I can like be a black sheep sometimes. I think that means outlier. Let me just say this. My friends accomplished way more in the 24 years they lived compared to me. I hate the fact that I was indecisive. And I know that I said I have to live in the now, but sometimes the past affects your now. So if I was to like redo some stuff, I would really want to know my shit earlier. Because, dude, my friends are like, fuck. I have my boy D is a fiance and married. Shout out to you guys. God has perfect timing for everyone. You know? And like I said before, I believe that like not everyone can relate to you, even despite the same situation. It's how you handle it, dude. My parents are like, they are hella strict. Sometimes I'm even scared to, sometimes I'm even like, scared to brush my teeth in their bathroom because they're like, doctorate, you know what I'm saying? And then they hit me with that, Asian comparison. Being an Asian kid, like, it's like your kids are your fucking Beyblades and the best one wins, I might be an Earth Eagle if you watch Beyblade, salute to you guys. I might be an Earth Eagle because my stamina's good. I'm standing up in a long time. Like, I got beat up verbally by, like, parents. And I'm exaggerating, by the way. But they do lecture me a lot. And, I just can't wait for the day where, if I'm going to prove them wrong, it's by giving back. Like, hey, you did this for me. I'm going to do this for you. And because I did this, prove them wrong. My dream is to give back to people. And then, obviously, like, sometimes it's like, is Kiann doing a bit all the time? You know what I've noticed? I think funny people, I'm not calling myself funny, but people say I am, and I tend to like act, portray myself as a goofy kid. I think like goofy people have the deepest minds. It's something I can share with Oliver and myself. Because like Oliver's a deep thinker. And I am too. Shit. Like, like maybe I want to be like goofy so I can build my walls up higher. I don't know. Am I doing this to forget my problems? No. I'm just doing it to help me. Like, yeah. I do feel alone sometimes though. Like, despite me being like social, I recently had like a weird thought the other day, resulting in a panic attack. And I was like, why the hell am I like this? I'm happy right now, you know? It's like, you know, it's like God triggered an earthquake in my body, in my mind. But, you know, that's how we made me. I'm not really going to complain about that stuff. But, you know, it's so weird how you can like have a good, wholesome high and then have a panic attack after. Is this because, you know, I, you know, like, there's no more wholesome? No, there's always going to be more wholesome, you know? Oh, camera. There's always going to be a more wholesome moment than the other. And, you know, wholesome moments will come. But, like, why? It genuinely pissed me off. Like, I was at Cheesecake Factory, right? And then I had, like, a small hyperventilation. And then I was like, I walked out with my sister because she gave me water from Cheesecake Factory. I was like, I need air. Maybe I developed some sort of claustrophobia because I was in the middle of that damn booth in the Cheesecake Factory. There was just a lot of body heat, warm bread, body heat, you know what I'm saying? Hot food. I don't know. Like, well, why is that a thing? Like, mental health is like, even I don't believe it, you know, but I know it's a thing. Do people just get anxiety as they age? And I know if people are going to like listen to this, they're going to be like, oh, you have no reason to have a panic attack. And I was like, you right. I don't know why. Like, I'm not even emotional like that. You feel me? But I believe that I'm just, you know, I don't know what I am. I think that panic attack was induced by freaking maybe claustrophobia. I do like get panic attacks about my health sometimes. Maybe my panic attacks are like driven by my parents. It's because like I'm scared of being away from them. Like, not in, like, obviously I want to be with, you know, I want to move away, but like in terms of a health way, you know. Both of my parents are nurses, if you didn't know. And I was like, damn it, it's a blessing because, you know, if something bad happens, they're there. But they're gone for a while, and maybe that's why, you know. Like, I noticed that I've never had a panic attack when I'm at home, you know, because they're nurses. I think I have like health-induced anxiety, you know. Like I said, I don't know if I said this before, but I'm a Googler of symptoms. I think I Google, you know, like, I think it derived from, because at GCU, there was one time where I thought I had diabetes and I was just Googling in the twins room. And I think also were like, Key, you seem healthy, hee hee. Damn right. I was too, you know, skinny for diabetes, so maybe my panic attacks are like health induced and like nurses, you know, the nursing radius. Because if I'm far from a nurse that I know personally, that's when I'm, you know, scared, you know. Maybe it's that. Because like other than like health stuff, I think I'm pretty happy for the most part, you know. So maybe it's that. Because like I do care about my health. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I'm scared of swimming because of appendicitis. In the Filipino myth, if you swim after appendicitis, if you swim after eating, you might have appendicitis, or you might get, you know. Honestly, is it true? All I gotta say is it happened to my brother. Dude, we were supposed to go to Mexico, right? And then he had appendicitis like a week after. fuck it, we still balled and went to Mexico. But would you wanna, like, because we're eating and swimming the whole time. We're eating shrimp tacos in the middle of a Mexican tsunami. Like, damn, how inconvenient is appendicitis? Well, why do we need an appendix if we're gonna take it out anyways? You feel me? And, dude, appendicitis is just a strange way to go out. It might not be the fanciest way or the most painful way, but it's still like inconvenient as a motherfucker. You feel me, motherfucker? You know, whenever I wake up, I listen to Kanye speak. Do you think Kanye is like, he's canceled because he's so real? You know? Like, imagine if, imagine living in a world where being real was a fucking crime. Motherfucker, we live in that world. No. Motherfucker, we live in our world. Like, the government is like, it's smiling all of a sudden. And then Kanye says, hey, Mr. Government, you have lettuce in your teeth. Then people think Kanye's crazy. Like, imagine being canceled for saying, hey, girl, there's a piece of lettuce in your teeth. And then people are like, you misogynist? Don't tell her there's lettuce in her teeth. Like, what the fuck? Is it true? Yeah. Well, it's not that simple, but you get what I mean. Like, sometimes it's bad to be real. Like Libby said, sometimes bluntness is like, actually, is being blunt good as a medical profession? Like, let's say you're a doctor, right, saying a shot. Would you rather just jab it in or fucking, like sugarcoat, tickle the kids' balls and make them cough and bam, give them a shot, you feel me, of that H1N1 vaccine, that swine flu. You tell me, medical professionals. Sorry. I might be like a little bit unstable right now because I'm cold and it's triple degrees outside. So why, why? Do you think that, do you guys think mental health is real? Or like, obviously it's real, but do you think this might sound, I'm asking you guys a question. Comment down, or like, do you think some people fake stuff for their own benefit? Like, I know there's some crazy stuff out there, and let me tell you the real ones though. You can't ever lie about having diarrhea. That's one disease you can't lie about. Let's say you have like Crohn's disease, like some diarrhea-inducing diseases. You can't lie about that. You can lie. I bet you some managers will call cap if you have a fever. But if you have fucking diarrhea, you'll be shitting all over. Imagine if you're like a caregiver, right? And then you're saying, I can't go because I have a diarrhea. And then there's one person who says, I can't go because I have a fever. Would you choose the person with diarrhea or would you choose the person with a fever? I mean, technically the correct answer is no, I'm not having any of them. But like, you can still walk on a fever. I feel like you can barely walk with diarrhea. Like, one step is one fart is one shit pebble. Diarrhea is like something you can't lie about. And like, diarrhea is a really urgent, situation. Have you heard of urgent care? Get help immediately. Urgent poop. Get a toilet immediately, damn it. Sometimes, sometimes shit be crazy. What's your guys' opinion on like deaf people? People who are deaf are strangely handsome, Back in South Carolina, the place I used to live, there was this kid named one of my friends, her name's Allison. He had a cousin, right? I forgot his name. It starts with an A, I think. But he was a handsome deaf dude, When he came to my house, I was like, hey. And they're like, hey. I was like, what? And then I just found out he was deaf. Do you think deaf people are like, it's like 2K deaf people, right? If you have level 40 hearing, then God will give you 99 looks, baby. I also feel like blind people can hear well. Like for me, I have good hearing because I have 50 vision, I got 99 hearing. I can hear a smooch from a mile away. But yeah, deaf people are handsome, dude. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio with his ear sliced off. That's what he looked like, but he still had his ears. Like, deaf people probably have 20/20 vision. They're handsome. Yeah. Deaf people, man. What a concept. But, I still don't want to be deaf. I love hearing because I think music's a big part of my life. Anyways, sorry, I got sidetracked. Yeah, Libby's my best friend now. She's a keeper for sure. You feel me? Yeah. Did I talk about this after I talked about the Folsom houses? My intrusive thoughts be intrusive thoughting. You feel me? Like if my brain was having sex with a cell right now to give me memories, that cell's name is intrusive, But yeah. So after when Libby was here, we developed a lot of that, married type relationship type beat. It was like wow, is this what the future is going to be? Cool. That is so, it's nice. Like imagine having like it's literally the other half, but that half like cooks more, drives less, wants coffee and tea more of a boba fiend, And I'm saying that as like a guy. That is some crazy stuff. I tried boiling crab. Like I have had boiling crab before, but I haven't like had it in a while. So like I had a renaissance in my taste buds with my mouth. I had a Cajun renaissance, baby. And Cajun people like French, Japanese, po' boys, coffee, pastries like baguettes and croissants, beignets. What else do Cajun people like? Shrimp, crawfish, anything with legs under like a dock or something. I bet that's Cajun soup type beat. I don't even know what's in Cajun food sometimes, but it's delicious. I could have eaten someone's toe and I still would have, ordered it again, because Cajun food is like buttery, flavorful. Ooh, that's why Zion Williams is fat. That's what Charles Barkley said. Like, ooh, that jambalaya be good, boy. So yeah, I tried Cajun crawfish for the first time. And damn, it was good. I was tonguing the tail of that crawfish like a motherfucker. Crawfish is so amazing. Flavorful, like you eat the head like an Asian. That's what Asians do, low key. And then, I got surprised by the little sausages in the bag. No homo. Yeah, crawfish is amazing, dude. Oh my gosh. I love Cajun fry seasoning. What's your guys' favorite fry seasoning, dude? I feel like people who have the Cool Ranch French fries is low-key weird. But I'm not gonna lie, when I was in high school, the people who preferred Cool Ranch had the bigger houses. It's crazy. Cool Ranch is like it's the rich people's. I feel like Cool Ranch is the rich people's Cajun food. They eat it all the time. I bet you if there's a private jet, the first snack is going to be Cool Ranch. Yeah. So what else did we do with Libby? When she was here, she met all of my friends. It was lit. Like usually, sometimes I get stage fright when I introduce my friends to, I bet some people would get stage fright if they introduce their significant other to a friend group, but it worked out pretty well. So that's good. Libby has now, she officially has a squad in NorCal. There were 3 times that she visited so far. Number 1, the first time I didn't really introduce her to anyone because I wanted her to familiarize herself with this place. You feel me? It's like, you don't get all the characters at the introduction level. You don't get all the characters in the tutorial level. So that's why I was giving her a tutorial of where I live. And it was lit. Well, she met some people, but they're like the default, They're like the people you don't have to work hard for in life because they'll always be there. They're like the first, if you're playing Mortal Kombat, they would be like the first 5 default characters, It's only when you try harder then you can unlock more people. We want wine tasting too. Ooh, Italiano. Second was the time when she went for my dad's birthday. That was more of a dramatic experience because there was a little turbulence, but we fight through it. Every couple goes through that, that lackluster event in life. And the third time was last June. That one was the one where she met everyone. And then she liked it. Damn near one of the best weeks of my life. It's crazy because, like, as you get older, the friend group diminishes. It's like the opposite of exponentially, It's like the tickle monster is coming after you, and you see one friend get tickled, then the other friend gets tickled, then the other friend gets tickled. Shit, I'm glad Kyle and the twins didn't get tickled away from me, and Gian and etc. Let's talk about friendships. Is it weird how like it's normal, you can expect a friend group to diminish, like it cuts in half each year. Like, yeah, that's part of growing up, but you can't help to feel anything but sad sometimes, It's like it contradicts what I just said, but sometimes we got to live in the moment. But like, I don't know if this makes sense. A bad memory can turn into a good memory if you give it time and if you grow from it. For me, 2019 was one of the hardest years of my life, but now, since I grow up, it's a good memory now. Like, why do things get better when they're viewed as memories? Is it the fact that you grew up maturity level wise, looks wise, etc.? I don't know, but that's weird, huh? If you really think about it. I know some people who say, yeah, I hated that time of my life. Fast forward 3 years, it wasn't that bad. I liked it. I missed those times. That's why we got to live in the now, so we can, we know what we have and we can take advantage of what we have, Dude, time flies. My boy Austin's getting a crib soon. Yeah. Everyone's journey is different. I feel like everyone's arc is low key, there. I'm scared of like being stagnant as well. That's why I'm doing this pod to help me. This is therapy for me and for you. Mainly for me, but I hope you guys can relate. Being stagnant is one scary bitch, Like if I was single, you can give me a 10 out of 10, but if she's stagnant in life, I know a lot of people who wouldn't want that. I'd rather have like let's keep it real, like a 9 who has her life together. Shout out Ollie and Kyle for going with the 3s and the 4s of the world. Unpicky kings. They eat everything at the buffet, you feel me? Yeah, Aaron and Christine are doing good. Me and Libby are doing good. Austin and Kailani are doing good. Everyone eats, And I'm glad, Libby's she's fond of them. Was it always like that? Yes, but, there was no bad start. It was more like a quiet start, but Christine and Libby are besties now. I met my boy Mark. He's a G already. My boy Gian is out in the Philippines right now for 45 days. That's like Lent, and that's like Jesus being in the desert, and I'm a Catholic, so it's like Lenten season. But instead of giving up soda or anything, it's like I'm giving up Gian, dude. It's literally a Gian type of Lent. And I miss him. Yeah. So back to Libby. So after that week, the gist of it was basically, she got to familiarize herself. We also ate Brazilian steakhouse, dude. It wasn't... The food wasn't, they don't give you big servings, but there are so many Brazilians with the fucking skewers, bruh. When I was there, I was complaining they gave me a small ass slice. But then the Brazilians get coming in, baby, and they just say, you want this, and you got to flip the card to make it green. It was like a Brazilian tsunami. There were so many Brazilians with so much meat. Oh my gosh. There was hella meat, dude. That was their 4-year. That bitch was delicious, though. I know now, like, I know now that you don't need to complain, dude. You will be full no matter how big the slice they give you is. They just keep gnawing on you, dude. Like, you want some cheese sausage? You know, you want some cheese and honey? Do you want tri-tip, brisket, a man's foot? You name it. Everything's at a fucking Brazilian steakhouse, dude. You want some boar? You want some chicken wrapped bacon or bacon wrapped chicken? You want some fucking... Fuck, dude. You can secretly eat a toe there like Cajun food and you wouldn't even know, but you don't care because it's delicious. For all I know, I'm pretty sure they served Jerome one time, bro. Dude, if Jerome was a lichon, I bet you he'd had a mad face right now. He's like, and like, you know, like, and the skewer getting on his head. Like, we're not cannibals though, baby. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, that's crazy. Brazilian food is good too, bruh. Like, this sounds American to me, but sometimes I wish there was barbecue in A1. But it don't need it. Brazilian food is delicious. And that cinnamon pineapple. Dang. Like, you're literally one person and all these guys are coming after you, right? Because you're giving them the go. Brazilian steakhouse is like it's like a bukkake. All these guys are handing you their meats. It's a fucking delicious bukkake. That's something to wrap your head around, dude. Like, Brazilian steakhouses be real like that. Crazy, am I right? Fuck. I'm sorry I put that image in your head, but it's literally a bukkake with delicious meats and pineapples and chicken wrapped bacon and Caesar salad. So after I was with Libby here, I went over to SoCal because my sister, shout out to her, my sister graduated UCR. She is a political science major, and, you know, I took the time to hang out with Libby's family. We had crawfish again, but dude, in Universal, there was these savage Jewish people. I ain't never seen anything like it, because, you know, Jewish adolescents, they had that thing, what's that called? That little hat that never, you know. Dude, there were like 5 of them and they were just cutting the line. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure they almost picked a fight. And I'd never seen a Jew that savage. That's crazy. And I rode the mummy ride. It was like, zoom. That bitch was as fast as a motherfucker. It was like a cheetah. You know? And you know what's even more crazy? Glasses are meant to stick on your head, right? There's like a little it's like a very straight U. And it's on your head. My glasses almost fell off. How the fuck does that hat stay on there? You tell me. But yeah, I'll talk about it in another podcast. But like, dude, life's been good. To reflect on this podcast, I don't know why I have what I have. Like, being surrounded by good people and like good vibes. Even with my parents, like, I exaggerate it and they're not that bad. It's more like they're pushing me to be the best version of myself rather than they're like, you know, like a 24/7 hater. Because I get that you need that nudge. So like everything's good. But why am I having what I have? I don't have health problems. I have an EKG of myself. I went to the doctor. My blood's good. Am I just overwhelmed by stuff? Like the good vibes? You know? So yeah. Thank you for... Actually, wait. Yeah. Oh, my dad gave me advice. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but my mom has anxiety on her side. So maybe it's that coming through me. Maybe I don't know if like mental health is genetics. I'm not a psychology major, nor I'm not researching any of that. But if you guys can like help me understand myself, because like I'm in good situations. You know, I have a loving girlfriend, good family, good friends, good co-host. But you know, life is weird. So if you guys can help me understand, especially you, Psych Major Ollie, I wouldn't be opposed to knowing. But yeah, my dad said my mom experiences this stuff. He gave me good advice too. Simple as hell, but you know, it worked. So whenever I'm about to have anxiety attacks, I do what I do at night. I pray. Big three of prayers. Our Father, Hail Mary, glory be. That's my default. That's a really good default though. So yeah, I pray the rosary every Tuesday or Thursday. And it has to start with a T. But that's my current, you know, coping mechanism, you know. So, let's get more specific. Angel of God, Our Father, Hail Mary, glory be. Those are my top, you know, those are my like coping prayers. So, yeah, but let's not end on a good note. I do have panic attacks, but fuck it. I said I'm happy a lot of the times, and I am. So, yeah. Thank you for listening to this solo Q episode of Sippin News. Is this therapy for me or for you? Comment down if this episode helped you with your inner thoughts. If you think you're struggling alone, just know that people are fighting their own battles. Or shit, people could be fighting you, dude. I don't know what the fuck you did. Or you feel me? Yeah, there was like this guy who escaped jail and, you know, he's fighting his own battles and people are fighting him. So that sucks. But yeah, thank you for listening to this special episode of Sippin News. This is my second solo Q. I hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, and subscribe. If this helped you, let me know. Again, I'm not certified in any way, shape, or form. I just wanted to spew my feelings. Say I'm in a good situation. Dude, I can fucking wear a sweater in triple digit weather. That's how you know you made it if you have a house with air conditioning. So yeah, think positive. Love those around you. You know, like even if you know hump them naked. And yeah, remember this podcast is on YouTube. If you watch it, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening, Sippin News is on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and much more. Follow the Instagram down below. Click the link in the bio to see every way you can view the content. So yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day, good morning, or good night. Peace.